What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And I haven't made a video like this since before going to Egypt, and it's really hard making a video when you haven't done one for a while. But I ended up just waffling about stuff that ain't important or relevant. You're not here to listen to me waffle about shit. You want to see what games I've been wasting my money on. So yeah, I've since coming back from Egypt, I've accumulated a few bits and bobs, and so yeah, let's get started. I've got 2 DS games, I've got Xbox 360, and I've got Gamecube. At the end of the month, I'm planning to go travelling again. I'm going back to Egypt, and after Egypt, I'm going from Egypt to Thailand because I met someone in Egypt when I was on holiday, and so I'm arranging to go back and meet them again in Egypt, and we're going to go to Thailand for a little while, like maybe a couple of weeks. So yeah, there'll be 2 months of no content. So. Not that anyone's probably bothered, but yeah, I'm going to try and make some gameplay videos, like let's plays, and you can do that upload schedule thing where I can schedule it to upload while I'm not here. So I'm going to let's play a game that's not so long, and just have it scheduled to upload while I'm away. So yeah, but anyway, but yeah, like I said, I've got a few bits and bobs here. And because I'm going away, I figured I might as well get some handheld games to take with me while I'm away. So I was looking around the CEXs, and there was this one that I've been eyeing up for a while. I've been meaning to buy it, but I always held off because I didn't like the price. But since I'm going to be going away very soon again, so I figured I'd just bite the bullet and just accept the price and just get it. I mean, I used the credit note. I mean, a while before going on holiday, I did take all my PS2 games, my platinum ones, down to CEX in 2 loads. I took half and then took the other half the next day, and I got a massive store credit for all my platinum games. I figured, why keep them? I've got them in black label, so I figured there's no point collecting them for the platinums. So I thought I'd just get rid of them, and I can get some other stuff. So I used my credit for that to get this, and it's a 3DS game. I got Donkey Kong Country Returns. I was just checking I was recording there for the 3DS, and I do have this on the Wii. I've got 2 copies on the Wii. I've got one that I can play and one that's sealed. I've still got that, and I figured I want this because you can't go wrong with playing a bit of Donkey Kong Country on the go, on the move. So, but yeah, I have played a couple of levels, but I'm waiting. I'm saving it for when I actually go away, so I can play it on the plane or while I'm waiting to get on the plane, while I'm boarding, while I'm waiting in the airport and stuff like that. I'll play this. So that's Donkey Kong Country Returns for the 3DS. And yeah, today I spotted this in a CEX. I was looking around in Basildon CEX, and I figured I'd snap this up. I wasn't sure what it goes for on eBay. It was an impulse thing. I saw it, I had to have it. I've got this on N64. And I didn't even know this was released on the DS until I saw it, so that's why I got like the rush to just pick it up and buy it. And at the same time, I was looking for handheld games to play, and so I figured I'd get it. Let's get it. And that's Diddy Kong Racing, and this is for the regular DS, and this was £15. I'm not sure if that's the going rate for it. It probably is. They've done their usual eBay reconnaissance searches to see what they go for on eBay, and I guess that's the going rate. And recently, some stuff in my CEX, the prices are slowly coming down, like by a couple quid. But some CEXs they haven't been. Some things haven't been reduced yet, which I'll tell you when we get to some of these new other ones. And yep, that's it for a handheld. That's all I've got accumulated to take with me. I have got the ones I've got before, but they're my newest ones. So, but yeah, we've got some 360 games here, and the first one on the pile is being played by a YouTuber, Pure Chaos X. He started this. I saw his part 1 this morning. I'm not sure how far he'll get with it before he starts another playthrough, because that's what he does. He starts one and then he'll play another one and then not finish the game. So. But yeah, I'll watch him as long as he's uploading them. But yeah, I figured I'd get this one myself. And I wasn't sure how cheap it was. I never really kept an eye out for it. But I figured I might do a playthrough of it in the future, and that's Battlefield Bad Company 2. So yep, I've got it, and look at that. £2. You can't go wrong there. So I figured I'll snap that up. That's bargain, isn't it? I mean, at some point this was released retail for $39.99. So if you get them when they're outdated, you get them at prices like that. So yeah, that's one reason why I'm holding off going Xbox One yet, because I might wait until either I get the urge to buy one, or I'll just buy one when it's outdated and they're mega cheap, because you're just ripping yourself off buying it when it's brand new, because then just to be the new kid on the block who's got the latest thing. But I'm an adult now. It doesn't really matter, does it? So it didn't matter back then, but really it doesn't matter. But anyway, Bad Company 2 for £2, and next is a Castlevania game for the Xbox 360. While I was in Egypt, before I went, I purchased Castlevania for the 3DS, the Mirror of Fate, and I was playing that, and I finished it when I got back to England. During the week that I come back, I finished that, and I really enjoyed that. And so when I saw this in CEX, I figured I'd pick it up because it's in the same series, the Lord of Shadows series, and that's Castlevania Lord of Shadow, the first one. And I think I remember playing the demo of this when it first came out a few years ago, and I didn't like it. I wasn't really familiar with Castlevania games at the time, but now since going into the retro ones, like playing the SNES version and Symphony of the Night, I'm sort of growing on. It's growing on me. I'm starting to like it a bit more. So I figured I'd buy this and give it another shot and see what it's like. I mean, the screenshots, it looks pretty good, but when I played the demo, I didn't like it. I think the demo, you're like riding on some horse, and then you have to. I thought the combat was a bit unfair. Like the hit detection and the combat was a bit unfair. But maybe trying it again, I might get on with it. So that's Castlevania Lords of Shadow, and if I like this one, I might try the second one, because I know that there's a second one. That was about £12. I figured I'll try this one first, and then go from there. So that's that one. And if you've been following my playthroughs recently, which I doubt any of you are, most of you are just interested in my game purchases, you'd know that I've been playing the Assassin's Creed series. I finished number 1, and I'm grinding my way through number 2. That's a fucking ball ache. That game is trash. It's really bad. Like the combat and the movement of the guy, it's just not good. It's if you watch my playthrough, and you'll see the hardships that I'm going through with playing through that game. Like, you've got the archers on the roof. I take them out, and when I kill them, their dead body drags me off the roof, and it seems like it glitches and bugs. It's really buggy the way that happens. And the combat, you'd be fighting a load of soldiers, and you're surrounded by some soldiers, and I'm waiting for them to attack me so I can do the counter move, and it just doesn't. They're just standing there, like it just ruins the atmosphere. But anyway, I'm grinding my way through Assassin's Creed 2. Once I finish with that, I'm eventually going to get to this Assassin's Creed 3, and look at that, a £5. This is slowly devaluing and going down in price. I used to see this a while back, maybe a year ago, and this would be like £15, £18, and it slowly went down to 12, then it went down to 10, then it went down to 8, then down to 7, and now it's down to 5. So I figured 5 is a good price to snap it up. So I figured I'd get it. Got my credit note, get it ready for when I finish number 2. And I'm not sure whether to go to this one next, or go to the 2 other ones, the Brotherhood and Revelations, because they're spin-offs from number 2, which is the Ezio era. But I'll decide that once I finish number 2. But anyway, we've got this one ready to jump into when I get to it at some point, which will probably be January, like in the new year, that I'd get sunk into this one. So yeah, but I will do it. I will finish the Assassin's Creed series, and I will go on to Black Flag, and eventually I'll have an Xbox One, and I'll go through Unity. So that's that. And next in the pile is a Wii game, and every time I go into CEX, I do have a little look at the Wii games, and I always see this. I always see it, and I thought, since I've got a credit note, I'd swoop it up now. And I got this a while ago. I got this a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. And going into CX today, I see it, and I wish I bought it now instead of before, because hiccups. It's come down a couple of quid. It's now £8, and I got it for 10, and that's Super Paper Mario. And the reason I was interested in playing this was because I did play the 3DS Paper Mario Sticker Star, and I finished that, and I enjoyed that, and I was always interested in this. So I got it to see what it's all about, and I still haven't started the Gamecube one, the 1000-Year Door. I'm not sure whether to go for this one or start the 1000-Year Door. I'm not sure, but I will start this at some point. Probably not as a recording, but I'll just play that like in my own time, like for me. So yep, that's that. And now the rest is Gamecube games. Every time I go into CEX, the first thing I look for, I go straight to the Gamecube, have a little look in the Wii section, then I have a look in the 360 section, and a little bit in the PS2 section, and that's it. But yeah, I always check the Gamecube section, and from time to time they do have new ones in. And a while back, a couple of weeks ago, my branch of CEX in Southend, they had a whole batch of Gamecube Gold, like the top titles. They had Paper Mario for 30 quid. They had Star Fox. They had Sonic Heroes. They had not Paper Mario. They had Mario Sunshine. They had Tales of Symphonia. They had Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing, which is a tenner. They had Super Smash Bros. Melee. They had 2 copies of that. They had Luigi's Mansion. They had 2 copies of that. They had Resident Evil 0. They're loads, all the good stuff. But most of them I've already got, so I just had to ignore them. But had I not already had them, that would have been a fucking field day for me. I'd have been swooping them all up then and there. But yeah, but they're not there anymore. Someone's obviously seen them and swooped them up. Whoever took them, it was a fucking good day for them, because it was some good shit, good stuff in there. But anyway. Gamecube stuff that I picked up recently. I picked up Spider-Man 1, and I do have this on PS2, but I wanted the Gamecube version because some games play better on Gamecube. They've got a better feel, and the controller's a bit more nicer, and the visuals and the textures look a bit more nicer. They look more like animation. They just got a different vibe going on with it, a different look to it, and I like the Gamecube version on some games. So yeah, that's Spider-Man 1, and it's alright on the Gamecube. The controls can be a bit clunky, but it's not too bad. Now this one, X-Men 2, Wolverine's Revenge, I picked that up the same day that I got this, and this game is absolute trash. It's dog shit. If you see this in CEX, a car boot or cash converters or anywhere, leave it alone. It's not worth the 150. It's absolutely garbage. The visuals are disgusting. The controls are disgusting. Everything about this game is freaking bad. I turned it on, played it for about 5-10 minutes, turned it off, and instantly knew I'll never play this again. So yeah, I'm not sure whether to just throw it in the bin or whatever, but for now it's just amongst my collection. So yeah, I don't really want this one. I might just throw it away or whatever, because if I took it back to CX, I won't get shit for it. So but yeah, if you see that one, leave it alone. And next, I picked this one up today, Gamecube. I've already got this on PS2, I've got this on PS1, Game Boy Color, I've got this on Dreamcast, but as it's also on Gamecube, I figured I'd pick it up, and it was $4.50. And that's Donald Duck's Quack Attack. Now this is a fun platforming game, really good, and so I figured I'd get it for the Gamecube and see what it's all about. I haven't tried it yet because I only got this one today. I might stick it on later and see what it's like. So yeah, Quack Attack for the Gamecube. So that's that. Next, we've got 2 Gamecube games that I picked up off eBay, and I made the bid on the auction before I went to Egypt, and I put in a good bid, so I made sure I won it, and I said to the seller, I said, if I win the auction, I'll pay when I get back, which will be a week's time. So he said that's okay, so I put down a nice healthy bid, which made me win it. And these are 2 really good Gamecube games, and this one, if you're still watching my videos, Sweet Gamer Raz, or Razmataz as you're called now, you've been asking me to do a playthrough of this, and I said I would, but I was waiting to get the GameCube version of it, and now I have it. So this playthrough is on the table as an option, and it can be done at some point in the future, and that's Resident Evil 2 for the GameCube, and this was listed as like new, so it's in fucking fantastic shape. The disc is clean, the manual's nice, everything's nice about this. So Resident Evil 2, I do have it on PS1, but I wanted to. I've been curious about the GameCube versions, and I know they're not the same as the remake. It is just a port of the PS1 version or the Dreamcast version. But yeah, but since I did Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, I wanted to play the GameCube version of this. So if I did a recording of it, I wanted to do this one. So that's people. Resi 2. Now next, this next game I've been after for a long time, and I've seen a lot of tubers pick this up as one of their like GameCube grails, or one of the better titles on the GameCube. And some of these tubers have trimmed down their collection. They say, "Oh, I'm getting rid of some stuff," or they're selling some stuff. And I always ask, would they sell me this, or will they do me a deal on this? And I always get rejected and declined. And so, but that's no problem there. I figured I'd ask since I was interested. But if I did buy it off someone off YouTube, I wouldn't lowball you. I'd give you a good price for it. But anyway, I've got my own copy now, so no need to ask anymore. And that is Zelda Twilight Princess, the GameCube version. I do have this on the Wii, but it plays really bad on the Wii. I couldn't get on with it. I don't like using the Wiimote for it, because if this game was originally structured around the GameCube control, Skyward Sword I like, because that was designed around the Wiimote, but whereas this was for originally for the GameCube, so it's best played on the GameCube, and this is the more sought after version. And recently it's been creeping up in value. A few years ago, when I started collecting, I see this in CEX for £30, and I was shocked at the price, because all the other GameCube games were like peanuts, and this was the only one that was pricing. I always wondered why this was so much, but now getting into collecting and learning about the retro games and the values and prices, now I know why this one was at a higher price. So, but that's at the time that was probably a bargain, but you won't find this for 30 quid anymore. You're looking at like eBay, like £40–50 for this. And the good thing about my copy is this one is in a really nice shape. It's got all the leaflets and the inserts, all that stuff inside, and it also came with the pre-order posters, which came in a gold envelope. It's still sealed. It hasn't been opened. The seller didn't mention this in the auction listing, and after winning it, he told me, "Oh, by the way, I found this." And he threw it in the package and threw it in the box, and that was the gold envelope. So had he mentioned that in the description, he probably would have got a bit more for it. And it also came with a pre-order poster. So at the time of this releasing, there was a poster being given away when you went and collected your game. So I've got the poster, like a massive Twilight Princess poster. So I've got all the shebang about this game. And but usually when you see this on eBay and it goes for auctions, 9 times out of 10 it's a reseller trying to buy it and put it back as a buy it now at like a higher price. And usually it doesn't come with the poster, it doesn't come with the gold envelope, and it doesn't come with all the insides, like the points and the leaflets and all the advertising. But this one's got everything with it, so that's that. And speaking of Zelda, this is leading up to my latest Wii U purchase, and everyone's probably done a video on this, and this is old news now. But yeah, I had a bit of an issue with my pre-order for this game. Before going to Egypt, I've got pins and needles now. I put in a pre-order for this, and I made him confirm that it was the special edition, and he said yeah. Now after returning from Egypt, and about a week later it come out, I went to go and pick it up on the Friday morning, and he went out the back to get my order, and he come back with a regular edition, and he said, "Oh, that's what my pre-order was put down for, just a regular edition." And I said, "No, I wanted the special edition." And at the time of pre-ordering, I remember pointing in a book, like getting him to confirm me. It's the one that come with the scarf, and it's the Hyrule Warriors limited edition for the Wii U. And I was fucking fuming. I was like so angry because there's nothing I can do about it because there was no more out the back. So he screwed me over there. So I had to resort to eBay to get this. So I had to pay a little bit more than what I would have liked to. But that was the only way of getting it. There was no way of getting it from Game. They're all gone. So they screwed me over there. And I paid a little bit more than I liked to. Not too much. This was, at the time, this was the cheapest one on there, because some people were getting really ridiculous, like asking £100, 120, 140, and I'm not sure about how much it goes for now. I haven't checked. It's probably gone down a little bit, but yeah, because it comes with the scarf. That was the reason why I wanted it, because it was like something just for the UK, like the scarf. I'm not sure if other countries got it. I think Japan got a different bundle, but it was a bit more value to it. Like it had a few extra bits with it, and it had the scarf as well. But the scarf only was just for the UK release. So I figured loads of American Zelda collectors would go nuts and want to go on eBay and get a copy of it just to throw in their collection. So that was one reason why I was so keen on getting it. And I was upset that they screwed me over, because then I had to go fucking surfing around, searching on eBay for it. But anyway, that's all my stuff. That's all my waffle. But yeah, I will be doing a gameplay of this at some point. At the moment, it's sitting on ice. At the moment, I haven't opened it. It's still sealed. So yeah, it's gonna sit on ice for a little bit until I get round to playing it. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.